Hello everyone, welcome back for class Chronic Pyelonephritis. It is a tubulointerstitial inflammation due to repeated attacks of inflammation and scarring of renal parenchyma. Two types are described depending upon the etiopathogenesis. One is reflux nephropathy, second is chronic obstructive pyelonephritis. Reflux nephropathy more common in female children and person with urinary tract infection. One or both kidneys may be involved. Pathogenesis due to congenital absence or shortening of intravesicular portion of urethra. During micturition, the ureter is not compressed, results in vesicoureteral reflux and intrarenal reflux. Increased pressure in the renal pelvis and urine forced into the renal tubules. This causes damage to the kidney followed by scarring, atrophy, and chronic renal failure. Chronic obstructive pyelonephritis may be unilateral or bilateral. Obstruction to the outflow of urine due to calculi and or obstructive lesions of the ureter predisposes to recurrent infections, inflammation, and scarring. Morphology. One or both kidneys may be involved, either diffusely or in patches. They are small and contracted. Capsule can be stripped off. Hallmark is uneven scarring of pelvis or calyces or both, leading to papillary blunting, dilated calyces, and marked calyceal deformities. Uneven scarring differentiates it from more systematically contracted kidneys associated with benign nephrosclerosis and chronic glomerulonephritis. Microscopy. Mixed inflammatory infiltrate composed of lymphocytes, plasma cells, macrophages, lymphoid follicles with germinal centers are noted in the interstitium, tubules, and calyceal mucosa. Interstitial fibrosis is also present. In xanthogranulomatous pyelonephritis, we see foamy macrophages admixed with chronic inflammatory cells and giant cells. Tubular atrophy is seen. Some of the dilated tubules contain pink, glossy, PAS-positive casts that suggest thyroidization. Thickened, hyalinized blood vessels are seen. Glomeruli may be normal or shows periglomerular fibrosis or hyalinization. Tuberculous pyelonephritis hematogenous spread of tuberculosis from lungs or other site, ascending infection from genitourinary tuberculosis. Gross appearance, it involves both kidneys. Medulla is commonly involved. Microscopically, we see epithelioid granulomas, granulomatous reaction with giant cells. AFP is demonstrated by Zn stain. Drugs-induced tubulointerstitial nephritis. It has two forms: acute drug-induced interstitial nephritis. Second is chronic interstitial nephritis. Acute drug-induced interstitial nephritis most frequently occurs with synthetic penicillins, other synthetic antibiotics, diuretics, NSAIDs, and etc. Chronic interstitial nephritis often associated with renal papillary necrosis. Pathogenesis. An immune mechanism is suggested. Type 1 hypersensitivity reaction noted along with eosinophilia, rashes, and raised serum IgE levels. There is also type 4 hypersensitivity reaction, which is T cell mediated. Acute drug-induced interstitial nephritis characterized by interstitial edema, infiltration by lymphocytes, macrophages, eosinophils, and neutrophils. With some drugs like methicillin, thiazides, rifampicin, microscopically it is characterized by interstitial non-necrotizing granulomas with giant cells may be seen. Glomeruli are normal except in some cases of hypersensitivity reaction to NSAIDs, which leads to podocyte foot process effacement and nephrotic syndrome. Analgesic nephropathy. Individuals consuming large quantities of analgesics like aspirin, acetaminophen may develop chronic interstitial nephritis, often associated with renal papillary necrosis. Pathogenesis. Initially, papillary necrosis followed by interstitial nephritis. Drug metabolite injures cells by both covalent binding and oxidative damage. Aspirin inhibit prostaglandin synthesis by inhibiting vasodilatory effects of prostaglandins and predisposing the papillae to ischemia. Microscopically, we see necrotic papillae yellowish brown due to accumulation of breakdown products of phenacetin and other lipofuscin like pigments. Microscopically, we see papillae with coagulative necrosis, foci of dystrophic calcification, necrotic papillae, tubular atrophy, interstitial scarring, inflammation, Small vessels show basement membrane thickening. Complication of analgesic abuse is the increased incidence of transitional cell carcinoma of the renal pelvis or bladder in persons who survive renal failure. Thank you.